Welcome to Arafater Astana New Year Special Show. আজকে আমার সাথে আছেন পাদস্য জেসন ক্যামেরাটা এবং আমার সাথে আছেন ছোট্ট বিড়াল আক্কেল খান। কিন্তু আমরা আক্কেল খানকে সরাই দেই বিকজ ও বেচারা আওয়াজ ভয় পায়। এন্ড আমাদের আজকে শোটা স্পেশাল বিকজ আমরা আজকে অনেক নয়েজ করব এবং আমরা নয়েজ করব, আপনারা এনজয় করবেন। সো আমি আমার রূপালী গেঞ্জি পয়রা ড্রামসের মধ্যে বসে যাই নাকি? Dude, did you see where I put my noise cancelling headphones? Yeah, I had them just now.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You should protect your ears, Arafat.
Yeah.
I only have one question to ask you, Arafat.
Yeah.
First of all, hello everybody. Kamaraso, balo balo. We are going live, and you are wearing what looks like a space-age muumuu. Why are you wearing this space-age muumuu, Mr. Arafat?
I don't know. Why should I be wearing a ridiculous silver shirt just to play drums?
I know. You're not going on a space mission, sir, are you?
I should just play a ridiculous golden shirt just to play drums.
Great. But
right.
I'm going on strike, though, until you find your headphones, because we
Dude, I can't.
The producer.
I literally have them right now.
Right meow.
I think you should just Oh fucking, we need your phone to read the comments.
Yes, we didn't set that up. We didn't think this through, did we? Did you bring them upstairs?
You no, I had them right here. Dude, why don't you play bass and talk about the bass while I see where I left it, and if I can't find it, that's fine. We'll just play quieter.
Okay, are these them here? Nope. Okay.
I had them in my hand, but that's
why don't you use mine and I'll wrap something around my head.
No.
Okay.
No. We're not gonna do that.
Okay.
We have 19 people watching. I'm just gonna go ahead.
All right, let's do it.
And I'll just put on, headphones that.
Yeah, you have those headphones there. You could use those.
Yeah.
At least it'll help with something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how stupid some of us can be.
Well, speaking of stupidity, I was playing a show once, and I was on stage, and my earplug fell out. I used to play in a very loud metal band, Hexery. What's up, Hexery? And I was playing, shredding away, and the earplug falls out. So I said, I better find it and put it back in. So I reached down and I picked up something and I put it in my ear that I thought was my earplug because it was a little, orange and white thing. And then I started to smell this horrible smell. And the next song I took it out and I looked at it and it was an old cigarette butt that someone had threw out. And I put it in my ear. But it worked, but it was terrible. Never again. So
I feel like
always bring extra ear protection is the moral of the story.
I feel like in the 70s there must have been like a million bands, with names like Mountains of Denver
or earplug cigarette.
Yeah. I'm sure they had. I'm sure that was a common usage. Like I'm sure Jimmy Page would be like.
Yes.
All right. So wait, what's your phone's code?
You put it in there, all sixes, the same as the one you had.
So now we know. Everybody knows Jason's phone code, which is 666. It's also Jason's favorite metal band. Okay. How do we do this? We go on YouTube. I can't find it. I guess we do without the comments.
Do you have to log into your YouTube?
I have to log into my StreamYard, which is connected to my email.
It's all Greek to me, sir.
Sorry about that. Right. Actually, no. Do you mind if I go on your Facebook?
Go ahead.
Because I can go on your Facebook and then find the link from there. Oh my God! Robert is here. Rashna is here. Nasir is here. This is Wayne Hukumacha. Hello, Kamran Hawk. Hello, Broy. Hello, Dio. All our friends are here. All right, what do we play? Let's play Azam Khan Jibone Kichu Pabo Na Re.
Let's do it.
I'll follow you.
I'll follow you.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have a level sound.
Let me check.
All right.
Hey, everybody! Okay, so I think, can we play a little bit?
Yeah. You want to do some songs from Emotionally?
Yeah, let's do that. Somebody said that the sound is muffled, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, we can't really do much about it.
Okay.
So play a little softer.
Yeah, I'll turn down
Which is on me. Yeah.
All right.
Great. What do you want to play?
You want to do Bristol Party?
Okay.
All right.
There's a song called Bristol Party. It's from our band, The Attempted Band. And this song is about a very dear friend of ours who passed away in 2006. His name was Wasif Kobe Chaudhry. We love you. Always, always, always. All right, I'll start us off.
All right.
What the comments say.
My apologies, I screwed that song up royally. That's a song.
Oh, I thought I screwed up.
Well, we got it by the end, but it's been really fun relearning all these songs because we worked on this album, what, a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna.
So we're a little rusty on.
We're gonna mess with the levels a little bit because I think the sound is still too loud.
Okay.
Sorry, be a little bit patient with us while can you just play as loud as you can, I guess. Is this better, guys? Wait, Mahdi Hassan, এটা কি সাউন্ডটা কি আরো ভালো হইছে? Hey, I don't know. Let's just keep playing.
Okay.
What do we play now? Yeah.
All right.
Oops.
We take our headphones off, so maybe we.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, tell us if the sound is better. আচ্ছা আমরা কিন্তু ওই মাইকটাকে কমাই দিছি সো এবার প্লিজ টেল আস ইফ দ্য সাউন্ড ইজ গুড অর নট 1 2 3 4
Anything else could go wrong. I also broke a string on that one.
Thank you, Syed Iftiham. Hamid Samin, he said this is slightly better.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Let's just jam.
Yeah, well, I broke a string, so there's not much we can do. But
can you jam on 3 strings? Can we?
Yeah, we can jam on.
Yeah, let's just. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this specific beat over here. Okay. While I fixed my snare stand, which also seems
round and round, dosey do to hit the ground. All right.
So the reason why I would like to talk about this is because this beat is part of there's two beats that we associate with the Bangla beat, you know? And let's see if people are listening. Oh, Fintiaz Ahmed Dian. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
What? What do you say?
He's. Oh, no. TKS. Sorry, bhai.
Oh my god. We probably saw that.
He said Jaya, which means I'm going, but I thought he said Maiga, which is it's a slur.
Okay.
But the thing about the Bangla beat is we have two different kinds of Bangla beats, and I don't know what the situation is now, but back in the day we would play holuds, and we would and any song. I would often I was a big fan of a band called Faith. I'm still a huge fan, and not only am I a fan of that band, but I'm a fan of the musicians in there. Titi Bhai is the band leader for Lalon, and he's a legend. He's now known as a drummer, but he started off as a bassist. He was an amazing bass player, and they did something really interesting. Their lead guitarist Sentu Bhai became their bass player, and their bass player Titi Bhai became their drummer. And Sentu Bhai passed away 2 years ago. He was the loveliest human being I ever knew. But when I was a teenager, I really looked up to both Sentu Bhai and Titi Bhai. And they had a guitar player called Titu Bhai, who now designs motorcycles. And you could go into any holud, and as long as you knew how to play these two beats, you would be golden. And these two beats are the Bangla beats, and these were, one of them comes from a folk tradition, and the other one, in my opinion, was popularized by Guru Azam Khan in songs like the song that Jason just played, Jala, or Ore Saleka Maleka, which is comes to Bangladesh from action movies in the 1970s. I think that there's a tradition of, a mixture of funk, pop, and jazz, which was popular in 1970s film music, and most of Azam Khan's songs were written by his brother. The music was produced by his brother Alam Khan, who is a legendary music producer. So that's where we get the four. The four is not necessarily natural to us. We don't see a lot of, we see songs in four. Everybody sees songs in four. But in Bangladesh, this comes from action movies, which is why you see a lot of this in Bangladeshi movies too. And you'll hear this rhythm a lot in Bangladeshi movie music and pop music from the 70s and 80s, because Guru Alam Khan writing songs for his brother Guru Azam Khan, looking at movies, scoring movies. So that's where we get the first Bangla beat, which is. And the other one comes from a folk tradition, which I guess the best example you can listen to is, in my opinion, which is bullshit, but my favorite example of the Bangla beat is from Bangla's album King Korto Kubimur, where the first song, it's a classic baul, Khate Lagaya Niya. It's like. And here's my crazy theory, for which Shakib Bhai will slap me. I think that the reason why Iron Maiden is so popular in Bangladesh is because Iron Maiden songs actually follow the Bangla beat. It hits the same rhythm parts. Do you know any Maiden songs in 6x8, like Phantom of the Opera or Lost for Words or any of them? Can you just play a?
Not without my A string, but like a.
Can you play an Iron Maiden type riff? No, something like. take a heavy metal beat, which is like. But all you have to do is একটু ব্যাকা দিলেই কিন্তু বাঙালি হয়ে যায়। Then even Metallica's One becomes a Bangla beat, which is like. let's do a check on the sound situation.
Oh, we're probably sounding even better with the broken string. I can only imagine.
Hi, what are the How do you see the comments? Crap. How do you see the comments?
I don't know.
Okay, when we did a trial run, this was a lot easier.
Yes, it was. We've been going live for a while. You'd think we could do it.
Let's see the comments here. I think if we can see the comments here. Okay, so the last comment was from Rohi and she said it was nice. Shabbai, sound ki thik ache? Sound thik thakle we'll go another jam.
You want to do DPGM?
Yeah. There's another song that is from our band, the Attempted Band. This is called DPGM. It's also in a Bangla beat and it's called Dhanmondir Pola Gulshaner Maiya. So just so you know, we try to play quietly. Usually we play a lot louder. I don't know why my phone mic is acting up. But we're gonna play louder. We're gonna play quieter, and we're gonna jam. So we might not get the parts right, and that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rohi, Jos. Okay, Mahdi Hassan, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hopefully the sound is okay. What do you want to do? Okay, one of the things I just like to share a drumming trick that I do a lot, and I learned this from the great Blake Fleming. I just want to share one trick. I don't know if any drummers are watching, but I feel like this could apply for anything. So you'll see a lot of the time, I'm playing something that sounds very complicated, but it's not. And the reason why is because if you can keep a straight, this is essentially what Terry Bozzio does, but he does it on the level of a master, and I'm doing it on a much lower level. But
The drummer for Frank Zappa?
yes,
Yes, he's so good.
and missing persons, and just he's the guy with the fucking cage of drums.
Yeah.
So one of the things is we see that drums kind of have a bridge, which bass does as well. Is that it's both a rhythm instrument and a melodic instrument. So if we have a beat that goes like, like. The only thing that's really important is, if you could play. As long as we're doing this, we've got the beat. So we can play. And this will sound good. But we can vary it up. So the reason why this works, this sounds very complicated, but if you just keep the beat, any drummer can play a variation with their right hand as long as they're keeping the beat. So this is a common thing that any drummer can do. So we're keeping the backbeat the same, but we're letting our right hand have some fun. And if you do something as simple as, once again, thank you, Blake Fleming. If you do something as simple as just move your hand while you're keeping the beat, obviously you don't need to have as many drums, but everything creates a sound. So you can do something as simple as, if you can keep time on your hi-hats, that helps a lot. So if you can, Jason কিন্তু আগু করতে গেছে। So এখানে we're keeping just a basic beat. এটার উপরে আমরা just ডান হাত দিয়ে we're creating some variations. ঠিক আছে? So if you look at it this, anybody can do this. We move it to the toms, it becomes something difficult and complicated. And when you start practicing, you can move your hand around, even if it's as simple as like. And as you you can vary things up and you can play melodies. Obviously, I have these 80s octavans that, but I like disco beats. So like, and you can take the beats that you grew up with, আমাদের Bangla beat, and you can take it anywhere. Honestly, nothing gives me as much pleasure as playing the Bangla beat. Bangla beat can be into Bangla beat. But this is the beauty of heavy metal and Bangladesh is if you take a Bangla beat and add distortion, you'll get heavy metal. That's just the simple truth. Um, so anyway, Jason, I think, yeah, we have about 10 minutes to go.
Okay.
So what should we do? Let me just check the comments and see if anybody said anything positive yet. Or if it's just,
well, I have the 4-string bass. We could do some Lide Bongo Rhythm Master with that one. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah, and that's a Bangla beat too.
Okay, so let me switch it up and we'll do that.
Okay, I'm sorry for all of this inconvenience, guys, and I'm sorry, Jason, for dragging you here all the fucking way in the morning.
That's okay. It's all right. I don't have a Saturday off until next year, so let's do it. No, probably till 4th of July. All right.
So we are going to end this with, well, we're going to end it with a freestyle jam. But this is the last proper song we're going to do. This is a song from the Attempted Band last album called Aguno Moshumi. This is a song that we wrote for our beloved Ahmed Fazal from Nova. He is a legendary guitar player. We love Nova. We love the Ahoban album. We love School Polo Tokme. We love Razakare Talika Chai. Ekhono kintu Talika Chai. So Fazal bhai, thank you for the music. Let's start. And I will play quieter because this is a Bangla beat. So I'm going to play it like a Bangla beat. All right?
Okay. And I'll play quieter too.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Moshimi. Moshimi taking it from the Peanut Gallery.
Moshimi got really mad.
Oh, shit. So, little known fact, if you listen to Lady Bong Rhythm Remaster on your headphones toward the end of that song, there's a part where Moshimi barks during the recording. You can very clearly hear it go, Roof! It goes,
Really?
it's gotta be Moshimi. But,
Yeah, it's possible because this goes out to our friends, all the perfect recording masters like Fuad and Rakat, and I don't know who else is anal about recording. There's a group called Bangladesh Home Recording Association or whatever, and they have like the most beautiful, perfect setups, and they're always talking about frequencies and equalizing, and we love them. But the way we do something is, we're recording an album. Maybe we should get the barking dog out of the room. All right, I will follow you, Mr. Camerata.
Well, are we going to do the thing we were going to do at the end?
Forgot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do a small 2-minute jam and then do that.
Okay, do you want to do Amar no Tsunami?
We can do Amar no Tsunami.
Okay, so this is my...
And then it's going to be this, the thing that I wanted to end with was your riff, the da-da, 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 da-da. So let's do Amar no Tsunami and then...
What, the da-da, da-da, which one are you talking about?
The riff that we jam on a lot.
Oh, I don't know.
Raka did not do our sounds. That's my point. We use the worst equipment. We recorded in a room that's not soundproof. We just use the cheapest, worst equipment. And my point is that you can do that too. You don't have to have a studio. You don't have to have fancy equipment. Okay. So for our penultimate song, we're going to do a song that was originally released by the Attempted Band as My New Me. And then later on it came to fame when our golden voice Bhaiya sang it with the Watson brothers as Amar no Tsunami.
And this is my...
And Shakib Bhai really transformed the song. So, all right, I'll just start.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Simplicity, inside, me do that. Would you be comfortable doing it? Da-da. Da. No. Ba-da. Da-da.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So this is a track called Quest. Check the Ride. Check by Rest in Peace Fife Dog. Okay, go for it.
1, 2, 3, everybody's talking about how you're a great bass player.
Well, I'm okay.
I don't think so. I think that's bullshit. I think even I could play the bass.
Everyone's talking about how you're such a great drummer. That's bullshit. I think even I could play the drum.
Right, why don't we see what happens? Okay.
You want to turn down?
Yeah.
Is that better?
trick is I don't care what notes I play. I don't care if I sound like shit.
And I don't
But-
care if I'm in time.
I'm gonna turn off the amp now. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
That's how you turn off the guitar. There's no switch on the. That's
This is
just
the
so
volume switch.
electric guitars, like they don't have switches.
You turn the volume all the way down. And
Oh,
that's-
sorry, dude.
No, it's okay.
I don't know
As long
which
as-
one is the volume, but I'm turning them both down.
Yeah, that's fine. The main thing is with electric instruments is turn your amplifiers off and turn all your power off before you unplug your cords.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you unplug the cords while the power's on, it
So if I
cuts off the
had
speaker.
a cord
nice
going
word,
into
sorry.
the guitar,
Yeah.
and I had a jack going into my ass, would I be able to power the guitar? Like, would I be able to use my asshole as an amp? And speak?
Yes, they are developing a special pod-powered guitar, but
I think
Apple will have the prototype by 2023.
yeah, Apple, the anus.
So,
The
we're about
other
to go
thing,
on hiatus.
I think I just wanted to say one thing, and then I'd like to invite Jason to say something.
Okay.
I have a specific thing I'd like you to explain.
All right.
But the one thing I wanted to say too is that, as you can see, anybody can play music. Like people talk about, especially I see this in among a lot of Bangladeshi bands and musicians that they say, you need to do this, you need to do that. You don't need to do shit. You can literally play on your belly and it would still be music and it would still be beautiful.
Yeah.
As you can see, Jason's not a drummer. I'm not a bass player. I wasn't even playing notes. I was just fucking banging the strings like they're drums. Although I wouldn't like to bang a string. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh boy, we're getting deep into transcendentalism here.
Yeah. But the final thing I wanted to do is invite Jason to explain Bootsy Collins' theory of going back to the one.
Okay. So
You can have the bass or you can not have the bass.
Well, why don't you get on the drums? Then
All right.
Because first of all, Arafat and I have been playing together for about 20 years now, right? It's been a long journey, and we still didn't get the songs right from Agun Emoshimi. So that goes to show it doesn't matter how much you do or how well you play, you're gonna mess up too, and it's always fun. So anyway, Bootsy Collins is one of my favorite bass players. He played with James Brown and Parliament Funkadelic and George Clinton and Bootsy's Rubber Band, and he recently did a song with Kali Uchis that was really good. Kali Uchis and Tyler the Creator, I think. So he's up, through the modern times. But he has a lesson on YouTube called Bootsy's Basic Funk Formula. So I'm just basically transferring that lesson. This isn't obviously anything I came up with. This was all Bootsy Collins. But even before him, someone said to him, I don't remember who, but said, well, it doesn't matter how much talent you have. It doesn't matter how well you can play if you don't have the one. And the one is when you're counting off a beat, and you count off 1, 2, 3, 4. It's landing back on the one. So play a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's basically it. That as long as you come back to that one, whatever you do in between. If you always pull it back to that one, you're going to have a steady beat. You're going to have tension and release. And Arafat and I talk a lot about how so much of music is about tension and release. Where you have...
Sorry, I was saying it's like,
Oh, okay. So yes, it can be. It's like an orgasm. Well, it is. I mean, music is very sensual. We feel it with our bodies and our minds and souls. If you want
just
to
so
go
you
there.
know, anybody who's watching this has never had an orgasm. That's why they're watching.
Who knows? Who knows? But anyhow, there are many ways to achieve bliss, and music is one of them. But the tension and release is that, you know, you have the tension of the notes you play in between the one, so you're migrating away from the beat, or you're migrating away from the root, and then the one pulls it back. So you have, you know, your freestyling and stuff, creating that tension, and the one pulling it back and getting that release. And it's a really beautiful thing.
And to add to what Jason says, if you have when you're listening to the one, when you're listening to music as a listener, that one is something that will go back to you unconsciously, whether you do it or not. So a lot of musicians avoid the one on purpose so that when they come back, it feels even more. For example, I know this is like the least funky example ever, but Lars Ulrich from Metallica does this fill a lot. It's like, so this is what anybody would do to go back to the one. But what Lars does, which you know many other drummers do, but I like Lars, is you know, so you're gonna expect instead of that he's landing on the 3 or
on the snare he's landing on the 3.
He's landing on the backbeat.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you can do so, this is something that I love as a drummer is if you can internalize the one. For example, you notice that I always play keep a time like 1, 2, 1, 2. To you, the listener, or even for me as a drummer, I'm playing all this shit with my hands, and it's just like, there was a point when I was not playing anything but the backbeat, and everything else was in half notes. Like when I was playing like, but it all works to the listener. It sounds good because I have the pulse going on my left foot, and you can have the pulse going on your right foot also. The one final thing I would like to leave you for 2021. This has been something that has been an important lesson for me, and I'm lucky enough to have, one of my best friends that I have the privilege of playing with every week, multiple times a week sometimes.
Ooh.
You wouldn't know him. He goes to another school. But when I was showing you these things, I made several mistakes. And even when I made those mistakes, I just kind of, shut up and carried on. And eventually, I came back. And I think that's an important lesson for, playing music and about life in general. Make a fucking mistake, that's okay. You can always do it better. Happy New Year, everybody!
Same here. All right.
Next week we have a very, very, very special guest. And, I hope to see you guys next week. We're going to have a special guest. Even more special than Jason Camerata. That's a lie. Nobody can be as special as Jason Camerata. All right. Bye, guys.